Yitzhak Rabin had been elected Prime Minister of Israel on the promise of ending the cycle of wars and violence Israel had faced, while at the same time investing more in education and infrastructure in Israel proper and not in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Rabin traveled to the United States, where he was warmly welcomed by President Bush. Bush invited him to the family compound in Kennebunkport, Maine. President Bush unfroze the $10 billion loan guarantees that the U.S. had been withholding from the Shamir government. Rabin immediately initiated indirect talks in Washington with Syria in an attempt to reach a peace agreement. He was optimistic he could reach an agreement, but found that Assad was unwilling to make the concessions needed to reach a peace deal. While those talks went nowhere, Foreign Minister Shimon Peres had opened a back channel in Oslo, Norway, with the Palestinian Liberation Organization. Initially, Rabin did not know about the negotiations, but once Peres told Rabin, he reluctantly agreed to move forward. The negotiations progressed, and an agreement was reached in which the PLO recognized Israel and stated that that part of its charter that stated its goal was to destroy Israel was null and void. Israel recognized the PLO as the representative of the Palestinian people. The agreement allowed the PLO to establish limited sovereignty in the Gaza Strip and Jericho. It also stated that future disputes would be settled by negotiations and not by armed conflict. The deal was considered the first step towards ending the Israeli-Palestinian dispute. The agreement was vehemently opposed by the Israeli right, attacking the legitimization of the PLO and opposing any territorial compromise with the Palestinians, while at the same time, militant Palestinians opposed the deal, and Hamas, an Islamic fundamentalist group, stepped up terror attacks against Israel in hopes of stopping the deal. The agreement was signed on the White House lawn with both Rabin and Peres present, together with Yasser Arafat, in September 1993. That agreement, and the sense in the world that Israel and the Palestinians were on the way to reaching peace, opened parts of the world to Israel that had been mostly closed. Rabin was enthusiastically received wherever he traveled. He visited China, as well as Russia, and many, many other countries. In addition, he developed a very close working relationship with American President Clinton. In October 1994, a peace agreement was signed with Jordan, which established full diplomatic relations and finalized the border between the two countries. The Rabin government was able to redirect significant funds to education as well as infrastructure, beginning many large infrastructure projects, such as the Trans-Israel Highway and a major expansion of Ben Gurion Airport. In the meantime, negotiations continued with the Palestinians to further the peace agreement. In September 1995, an agreement was reached that turned over most of the major cities of the West Bank to the Palestinian control. The second agreement was met with even more violent opposition, with Hamas stepping up its suicide bombing and the Israeli right demonstrating against Rabin, calling him a traitor. On Saturday night, November 4th, 1995, a massive rally took place in the central Tel Aviv. Israelis wanted to show their support to Rabin and the peace process. Rabin spoke at the rally, and as he left, Yigal Amir, a religious right-wing fanatic who had studied at Bar-Ilan University, assassinated Prime Minister Rabin.